Hi, we want to welcome everyone to today's Tech Talk. We are going to have Dr. Zhenyu tell us a little bit about how she used Tableau in her courses, how she's kind of experimented with it and what she's done. I will add some links that she has shared with me to get started, or to help you get started, sorry. And then also additional links for how you can sign up for longer term licenses, so beyond your demo, as well as how students can access that as well. So Zhenyu, it's all yours.
All right. Hey everyone, thank you for coming. I've been learning about Tableau since last summer. I was very grateful for the Digital Fluency Initiative, and I was selected as a fellow. So I was able to spend some time working on learning Tableau, which is a very powerful data visualization tool. And it's very commonly used by a wide range of companies and organizations. I wanted to learn this so that I can better prepare students for the job market. And I understand this is very useful for staff members and faculty members as well. So I've been learning about it. I will say I still have very limited knowledge about Tableau because it's such a versatile and powerful tool. So I'm just going to show you some of the things I learned in the process. So I assume that a lot of you here maybe are new to Tableau. So I'm gonna just talk about very basic things so that hopefully after this talk, you know what Tableau is, what are the most important things Tableau can do, and how to connect to data, how to do some basic graphs, and how to put a dashboard together. So if you want to learn more, there are lots of resources online, you can do that, but hopefully after this talk, it becomes less intimidating and more accessible. So that's my goal. All right, so let me see. Let me share my screen. I haven't been using Zoom for a little bit. I guess that's a good thing. Okay. So before talking about Tableau, I want to talk about how to use Tableau. I want to show you what Tableau can do. So this is an example dashboard made using the data set we're going to use today called Superstore. It's one of the sample data set you can get. So this is the dashboard created using Tableau, showing some executive overview of profitability for a company. So based on your interest, you might be working with data in admission, in student record, or organizational data, HR data, but this is one of the examples. So you can see, you can show some basic KPIs here, including sales and profit. And you also can show profit percentage by state using this map here. And we have another graph called monthly sales by segment. So you have computer, corporate, home, office. Here we have monthly sale by product categories, furniture, office supplies, and technology. And on the right-hand side, you will see regions, which is filters. There are a few filters: order date, profit ratio here. So the good thing about Tableau is you can get very detailed data shown in a very concise way. So for example, in Indiana, we know the overall profit percentage is 34%. So the company is making 34% of profit out of Indiana. And you can see when I move my mouse to Indiana, you will see bar chart of all the profits by city, ranging from the most profitable, Lafayette, 45.7%. I guess Purdue, buys a lot of office supply, and Elhart with the lowest profit percentage. So this is one of the advantages of Tableau. And another cool thing with Tableau is with region, you can select which data you want to look at. If you want to look at central, you can see the map only shows central states here, and correspondingly, all the other graphs also changed, showing you monthly sales by segment for these central states and monthly sales by product category by these states. So you can filter the data by region, you can filter data by order date, and you can also filter the data by profit ratio. So depending on your interest, you can really zoom into the data and look at the different graphs by filtering the data in different ways. So I'm going to talk about how to actually create a lot of the components for this dashboard today. I will not be able to put this dashboard from scratch together within 20 minutes, but I will talk about some of the key components that we can work on. Okay. So let me see. So here is home. If you sign up to Tableau Cloud using the links we provided, you should be able to see this once you log in. So it says, welcome to your Tableau site. You have lots of tabs here. And if you don't have any new project, you can click on create new workbook or new project. So click on new workbook. Or if I already created the workbooks, I'm gonna choose manage projects. So this is the projects I created here. So this is the workbook I have. Let me see. Okay, so this is the workbook I have. Okay. So when you get into the workbook of Tableau, your screen probably look like this. Okay. So we have tabs on top, we have data pane on the left side. You will see there are different icons in front of each variable we call variable. Here in Tableau, all these variables that contain text are called dimensions. And for example, customer name, location, these are all contain text. And all the numeric variables, so discount, profit, quantity, sales, order, these things are called measures. Okay, so you will be able to see all the variables here, and here you have a bunch of cards. We're going to use the filter cards, and also there is a marks cards. We're going to use the color and also tooltip. And you have a sheet number, you have column shelves and row shelves, and you have an empty field here. So you can create different sheets by generating new sheets here on the bottom, or you can create a new dashboard here. A dashboard is just a combination of graphs and tables put together. So you can click data source to look at data source. Here you can look at all the data that's included. So Tableau can actually deal with a large amount of data. And usually you have tables, many tables from different departments, from different areas, and you will be able to see the original format here. Okay, so time is very limited, I'm gonna just quickly talk about how to create the profit by state map. So Tableau is very good at showing geographical data. So what you can do is open a new worksheet, and you can double click to change the sheet name. You can change it to profit by city, profit ratio by city. And you can create a new variable. So you can go to analysis, create calculated field. So I know if you're used to SPSS or other software, it's called variables. Here it's called calculated field. So if you go to analysis, create calculated field, you can change calculation 1 to profit ratio or profit percentage. And then you can use very simple coding. Ratio, sum, profit. I'm going to drag profit variable here and divide it by sum of sales. Parentheses back. So by click OK, you will get a new variable called profit ratio. So if you just joined us, let me try to give this to you one more time. Here's a Google Doc that has all the steps we're going to talk about today. Okay, so we want to look at profit ratio by state. So I'm going to click profit ratio. I'm going to select profit ratio and state together. Either you use the control or use command in Mac, and you can drag them over. Or another thing you can do is select state and profit ratio, and then go to this upper right side, click on show me, and click on the 5th icon here, which is a colored world map. So click on it. Voila, you get this map. Okay, there are lots of things you can do here. So all the information you get by, move your mouse to a state is called tooltip. So you can click on tooltip actually to revise things here. If you don't want them to show profit ratio, you can delete this one. You can make changes. You can change the color. You can change the font of these, the tooltip display. Okay, I'm going to show you how to actually add a tooltip incorporating another sheet. Okay. So I want to create this profit ratio by city, a sheet like this. So what we can do is I can select profit ratio together with city, and then I can click on show me and choose the bar chart. So this is profit ratio by city. So sorry, the proportion is off. Okay, so you can move to the bottom of the graph, go to profit ratio, click on this little icon here, click it multiple times. So it displays the way you want it to display. Okay, so now I have the most profitable cities versus the least profitable cities. I renamed this sheet tooltip profit ratio by city. And you can change the color of, you can actually drag profit ratio. Let's see. You can drag profit ratio to color to change the color. I think that's pretty cool. And you can also try to show the marks label here. So that you have all the labels here. If you want to show percentage, you can click on the little icon here, go to format number, and go to percentage, and choose decimal place. Now we have percentages shown. So how do we actually incorporate this bar graph to the profit by state graph? So what we can do is we go to profit by state. We go to tooltip. We can type down profit ratio by city. And then for the insert one, we can insert sheets. And we can insert this graph, this sheet called tooltip profit ratio by city. And we click OK. Now we incorporated the bar graphs into this map. And you can see when we go to different state, it will show us the most profitable cities in that state. So that is pretty cool. I have very limited time. I'm gonna speed up here. Okay. Another graph that you can create is area chart. Area chart is very good at showing changes over time. So here you can see I included sales and profit over time by category. So I have 3 area charts here over a few years and by different category. I'm gonna just show you how to do this very quickly. I won't be able to go over the details. Okay, create a new chart. So we will use order date and also sales. Select those two together and then go to show me and choose area chart. We can go to year, choose month, and then we can actually drag profit ratio, another variable that I created order profitable, drag it to the color here to create this. And then I can actually add different product category. Sorry, here. No. Wrong variable. Here. So now I have sales and profit over time by segment or by category. When you have all the sheets you want and you want to put a dashboard together, you can just drag your sheets to this dashboard and these filters will show up. And usually the filter is only corresponds to the graph it came with. So for the month of order date, it only corresponds to this graph. And you can make changes to say, well, this filter, we want it to apply to all the worksheets, all using related data source. That way, your filter will work for all the graphs you included. And I want to point you to very nice resource here on Tableau Public. They have Viz of the Day, where you can look at all the wonderful Tableau dashboards people have created, all the fancy different types of graphs and charts and visualizations people have used scatter plots, line charts, box plots. A lot of these things are possible by using Tableau. So I send you a Google Doc, including the step-by-step guide and also a practice I ask my students to do. So I hope that's helpful. I know we're overdue for questions. So time for questions.
I'm curious, Zhenyu, were your students, like, had they heard of Tableau? Did they know that this was something that they might use in the workplace? Or so you had to explain sort of the whole landscape of it to them?
Yeah, actually, I haven't taught this class to my students yet. So I'm curious to see their response.
Yeah.
I try not to, I do not want to overwhelm them. So I just feel like using the same data set, just teaching them some basic graphs and then asking them to repeat it, doing something slightly different. So in my assignment, instead of profit, I asked them to look at discount percentage and kind of look at that across states and cities using the tooltip and different things. I hope that will help them gain some confidence in this.
Yeah, I think it'll be really interesting. Like, I think students now have heard about Salesforce, for example, as something that they're really likely to encounter. And I'm just wondering if Tableau has like entered into their frame of reference as like a professional skill or not. And then I think when they find out that it is, they're going to be really grateful that, that they have this chance.
Oh, thank you. I will tell them, like, add this to your resume. Please add this to your resume. You have a beginner knowledge.
All right, anybody else have any other thoughts or questions? Great. Zhenyu, was there any other pieces that you wanted to throw in really quick while we still have a little bit of time that you feel like you didn't get to share?
Yeah, of course. So I want to show you this document I just shared online. So it covers some of the basics, actually more content than I covered today. And here's the practice of for students. So if you want to teach students this, or if you are curious of trying this yourself, feel free to use this. And there are so many different resources online. On YouTube, there are lots of videos on how to create Tableau dashboards. If you're interested in a specific type of dashboard and how to create that, you can definitely find resources that can help you online. I'm curious, Tiffany, have you used Tableau before?
No, just to look at the data from our incoming prospective students.
And so do you need to use Tableau in your daily work, or what kind of graphs or visualizations are you interested in doing? I'm just curious.
There's potential for a couple different options. So as far as our application data that comes in, it comes in from an external force, an external database. And, but they are in the process of also providing data to us, which wasn't provided before. So I shouldn't have to build those data sets out and charts out, but another perspective that is possible is using Tableau for the students to look at injury assessments and all the different types of injuries that they are seeing in the program. So what would be cool is if they were able to develop like a profile or portfolio of injuries that they saw over their 2 years in the program. So it would just be kind of cool as like a summary cap. Not only is it neat for them to be able to reflect on, to be able to share with future employers all of the variety of experiences they've had in some kind of data set, but also we have to provide data to our accreditation in regards to the injuries that they're seeing, a lot of other demographic information that we could pull in. So this could be kind of a cool, unique digital way of capturing some of that. Yeah, so I'm still trying to wrap my head around it because I was trying to play around with logging in and even trying to get to the right spot before this started. And then when you were going through, I couldn't even get to like a dashboard per se, but maybe I needed to download the sample data set first, and I don't know. So
Yeah, sorry, it was like very quick. It
oh
went
no, that's okay.
faster than I expected. I thought, oh, I will have to uncover all this, and then
Yeah.
realize, oh gosh, I need to finish this. Yeah. I wish I had a little bit more time to give everyone the time to get it, get the data loaded up and ready to go.
So the data set that you were referring to in this training, that's the sample data set that's in there, and you were just going through that as an example of how to look at data.
Yeah, so let me show you.
Have you built your own dashboard of data you've looked at personally?
No,
Or-
I haven't.
Okay.
So if you go to Tableau Public, they have resources here,
Yeah.
and they have lots of sample data here.
Okay.
So you can use some of the data
Okay.
to build dashboards if you want. But I haven't used the data set I use is not really it's not really the best for Tableau. I think Tableau is very good for organizational data.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you
Okay.
so much for sharing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your willingness to share.
You're very welcome. Well, thank you, Ashley and Sarah.
Yes,
for
thank
your
you.
help.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. Everyone have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
You too.